go. It's probably a nice chat. Maddie says she baked a cake with her friend. Stella was a unicorn dressed as a witch. And it was a 4-layer cake and the layers different colors. Can you please record? Thanks, Maddie. I got it. Maddie, I have absolutely no idea how you made a cake look like a unicorn. You're going to have to post a picture of that, assuming that you have one. All right, let's take a look at how we did on Friday. Everybody ready? Yeah. You look ready. You look like you're totally Monday ready. All right, let me do this and let me do this. There we go. Okay. So here is our check-in from Friday. Ashton, you were close. I was missing your math and your Cliff Dwellers test. Bentley, I was missing your journal and your math. Billy, I was just missing your Flipgrid. And nothing from Daniel. Michael, I was just missing his Harry Potter. And other than that, I had everything from everybody. So let's count up how many people we were missing. Ashton, Bentley, Billy, Daniel, and Michael. There's 22 of us. -5 makes
23. I mean 17.
I won't ask the mental math that was happening there, Braxton, but yes, 17. Nice work. We looked at our marbles last week, I think it was on Friday, and we discovered that if we're able to get some marbles every day, we're going to make it by Friday. So I'm going to give you your 2 marbles from your 17 people. There they are. You've got this many left. 7. You can make it. Let's take a look at what we've got going on for today.
What'd
you say, Jonathan? Is that you, Jonathan?
I've got my chair wasn't locked, I guess. So I mean,
Not laughing at you, Jonathan. We would never ever do that. Never. All right, let's take a look at what we've got going on today. I was grading journals this morning. Sorry, guys. Maddie, I forgot to put the link up there for you at the top. I will try to remember to do it today. Put it on my sticky note. I remembered, but I didn't actually do it. All right, here we are, Monday, October 26th. You've got your Zoom meeting. It's pretty nice and looking Monday, you guys. You got your Zoom meeting. You've got a journal, which a bunch of you already did, and I got to read them this morning. I've got 7 of them already. That might be a record, actually. I need you to leave 1 Flipgrid comment on Flipgrid, the one from Friday where you talked about the Cliff Dwellers. Same requirements as last time. You have to respond to something specific that they said. If you just say, yeah, me too, it's not going to get you the 5 points. Pretty easy 5 points to earn, but your comment has to actually have information in it. Then we've got our math test today, which we're going to talk about next. And then you've got chapter 6 of Harry Potter. So that's 4 things to turn in: a journal, which some of us have already done, a Flipgrid comment, which should take you about 45 seconds. So take those 2 things out. All that leaves you with is a math test and a Harry Potter chapter. Sound good? Yeah? Okay. If you haven't looked already, your social studies tests from Friday are graded, except for the people who haven't turned them in. But the 20 of us that did do them and complete them, your grades are there for you. So if that's you, you want to go and check your grade and look at the grade that you got. So in real class, when somebody gets an A+, I announce it to our class. So I'm going to try that with this one. My dear friend Christian, you got 23 out of 23. That is an A+. Congratulations to Christian. I normally give out tickets for A+. Soon, my friends. Miss Amara got all the points and the extra credit point, which gave her a score of 24 out of 23. That's an A++, which there actually isn't such a thing, but we'll pretend. Congratulations, Amara. Mr. Billy, you got 24 out of 23. That's an A++ for you, Billy. Congratulations. Miss Natalie, you got a 23 out of 23. That's an A+. Congratulations, Natalie. Maddie, you got 24 out of 23. That's an A++, even though there isn't really such a thing. Nice job, Maddie. Miss Haiti, you got a 24 out of 23, an A++ for you. Nice job, Haiti. And those were all of our A+. There were a lot of A's. Wyatt, you got a 91%. That's an A-. Brandon got a 91%. That's an A-. Amy. My comment's too long, Amy. I can't read what your final grade was. Amy, you got an A on yours. I think it was a 93%. Nice job. Let's see, Mr. Bentley, you got a 22 out of 23. That's a 96%. That's an A from Mr. Bentley. Great job, Bentley. Natalie, oh, I said you already, sorry, Natalie. Miss Valeria, you got a 98%. Round of applause for Miss Valeria. Montserrat got a 91%. That's an A minus for Montserrat. Nice job. I got you, Christian. And those were all of our A's and A pluses, which is what I usually do in class. So those of you who got those wonderful grades, I am very proud of you. Great work. If when you go to check your grade, which you could do right now if you haven't done it yet, if when you go to check your grade on that test, it's not what you want it to be, you absolutely can make corrections to it. You just need to turn it back into me. Okay. Jonathan, I see your hand. What's up?
I have two questions.
Okay. I might.
Are you sure today's not a Friday?
Today's not Friday. Why?
Are you sure today's not a Friday?
Does it feel like Friday to you?
Because how little homework we have.
You're welcome, Jonathan. I'm glad you're excited about that. One thing that you have to do is one thing that you have to do is your math test. So whenever we have a test, I kind of try to lighten up the other stuff so you can focus your brain on your test. So, what was your other question, Jonathan?
After this, can I go fill up the water?
Yeah, go ahead. Maddie, is that you trying to talk to me?
Okay.
Fantastic friend. I'm gonna go with yes. You can't hear you, babe. You gotta chat it to me. Try me in here. Okay. So still trying to talk to me. We still love you, Maddie. We can't hear you. Poor Maddie. She always has so much to tell me too. All right. If you have not looked at your score yet on that test, you need to check it out. If it's not a grade that you want to keep, you need to fix it, because this week, your grade printouts for this week are going to have this test on it. The one that you got last week doesn't have this test on it yet. So if that test is going to bring you down, you want to make sure that you get it corrected and turned back in. Okay. Thumbs up. I got it. I understand what I'm supposed to do with my test. I'm alive. I know what's happening. Yeah. Brandon, you're one of the people I was just talking about. Brandon, you got an A minus on your social studies test. Nice job, Brandon. 91%. Okay. So today we have a math test. It is the second math test that we're taking. And if you remember, the last time we took a math test, it kind of rocked our worlds a little bit. I wanted to talk with you briefly about something that I figured out over the weekend about your social studies tests. Those of us who had good notes, and when we turned in pictures of our notes the other day, you got full credit on that. You got 10 out of 10 because your social studies notes were complete and they were good. Y'all got good grades on your test. Those of you who got a bad grade on your notes then got a bad grade on your test. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that would happen like that? What do you think? Why would those two things be connected? If you have two grades in your social studies bucket right now, you have the picture of your notes, which was worth 10 points, and you have your test. And it's very interesting because either people did really badly on both of them, or people did really well on both of them. Why do you think? Montserrat, I see your hand. What's your theory?
I guess they would be wrong because when they looked at their notes, it just looked like scrabble, and then they would just like, what did I write?
Okay, so if my notes are nice and neat and I can read them, then I'm gonna do better on my test because I can read them, right? Okay, what else, you guys? What else could you get from this? Maddie, I see your hand. Let's see if we can hear you. Crossing my fingers.
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit.
Because I just because it has all the answers that you need on there.
Okay, so Maddie, I think
if you don't have your notes, you're gonna get it wrong. You're just gonna guess.
What I think Maddie's telling us is pretty much every answer on that test was in your notes. Would you guys agree with that? Would you agree that almost every question, if you had good notes, almost every question that was on your test was also in your notes, yeah? So I think what Maddie was saying in her microwave marshmallow way is that if you had your notes and they were complete, all you had to do was find the answer. Would you guys agree that that's probably true? Okay, and if my notes aren't complete, then I can't find the answer, right? Oh, Maddie. Maddie, I'm leaving you on mute for right now. So if my notes were complete and I got 10 out of 10 on that assignment, then my notes are complete and I'm going to be able to answer those questions fully on my test. So the two things are definitely connected. So when we start our next social studies unit, which we're going to start today, assuming that we have time, if your notes were a mess from the Cliff Dwellers, either you were absent a lot, so you didn't have all the notes because you didn't watch the recordings of the classes that you missed and take the notes, or I can't keep track of a piece of paper, so I have no idea where they all are. I can only find one of my pieces of paper. Or I didn't actually take the time to write down everything Ms. Tyner said because I'm too busy looking at my phone, Jonathan. Or I wrote down in handwriting that's so messy that I can't read it. If that's you, when we start our new social studies unit today, you want to change that, okay? We had the same discussion last time after our first math test. You guys remember I was trying to help somebody in office hours who shall remain nameless, Ashton. And we were looking for a certain page of notes in the notebook, and Ashton said, oh, I don't put dates on my notes. And I said, well, it's going to be really hard to find it. Let's look for the title of the page. And then he said, oh, I don't put titles on my notes. And I said, well, it's going to be really hard to find what we're looking for then. So my hope is that Ashton made a change there. I don't know if he did. Somebody else that I was talking to one time was trying to find a certain page of notes in their math notebook. They are not putting their things in order, so they can't find anything in there because when I tell you a date to look for, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. See, some of us have tried to make a change there. So hopefully today, when we take this math test, you're going to be able to find the notes that you need because you made a change. Hopefully, you're going to be able to find the pages that we did last week for homework that look identical to your test and be able to look at those to help you with your test today. That's my hope. In real school, when we're in the classroom, I can put posters up on the wall and nobody has to keep track of them except me. I can have you keep a certain piece of paper. Right now, I can't do that. So if today, when we sit down to do that test, you're like, man, I wish that I had done some things differently. Good news, starting this week, you'll have the opportunity to make that change. Okay? It's too late to help you for this test, but hopefully for the next one. So what I need you to do right now, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, is I need you to find this test. It is in your binder, and it should be right after the homework that we did last week. It says at the top of it, mid-module 2 test. You're going to take that out of your binder for me. And we're going to take a look at what we've got going on for this test today. We're not going to do this test during class. If you want to log on to office hours with me today, you can. I will be there. But we're going to take a look at it first today during class. Okay? So I'm going to turn on Elmo for you. And I want to make sure we can all find it. If you can't find it, I can't give you another copy. So we'll have to cross that bridge if you're somebody who can find it. So what we're doing here is mid-module 2 test. Should be the very next page in your binder. And then behind it is this page that says mid-module assessment task, and it has some word problems on it. We are not going to do this word problem page today. We're going to do it later this week. So we don't need this page yet, but I want you to not lose it. What you need today is the one that says mid-module 2 test at the top. It's two-sided.
You're not screen sharing.
Huh. Well, that doesn't help you at all, does it? Let me try that. Tyler's on a roll today. Must be Monday. So you need the piece of paper that says mid-module 2 test. Okay? Hopefully you are able to find that. Thumbs up, I found it. We're good, we're good. Yes. Alive, alive. Okay. Give you another minute to find that while I read this chat real quick. All right. Is there anybody out there who can't find their test? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Me.
Okay, Ashton, well, you're going to have to figure out where it is. Last time you told me you couldn't find it, somebody came in and rifled through your binder and found it. So maybe you can ask a grown-up to help you find it. Jose, that's great news, what you're chatting to me. All right. Now you've got to mission some other things to find, which are hopefully also in your binder, although, you know, that's up to you. What I want you to find are 2 other pieces of paper, because today we are going to tackle the front side of this first page of this test. But I also want you to find this page that we did last week during class. It says review homework for mid-module test. We called this classwork. We did this during class. And then you had this one, which yours is complete because I did mine on a whiteboard, but you have mid-module 2 review 1 homework. Now we talked a lot last week about how these 2 pages look exactly like your test. And my hope is that when you look at it right now, you go, oh, gee, Ms. Tyner, you were so right. That does look exactly like my test. If you can't find those, I'm sorry. That's why I asked you not to lose them. Hopefully you can find them, because today when you sit down to take your test, you're going to be able to look from these examples straight to your test. Don't copy them as different numbers, but very, very similar. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Can everybody find those pieces of paper? Except for Ashton. Yes, yes, possibly, maybe. Yeah, I see some head nods. Okay, if you've lost it, unfortunately, I can't give you another one. So we're gonna have to muddle through. In your math notebook, you also have a lot of good notes that are gonna help you with today's math test. The first day that we talked about algebra, which is this top part of your test, was on September 28th. So when you're taking this part of your test, you're going to want to look at our notes from that day. I know you remember this page because we've looked at it a lot. Hopefully your notes are organized enough for you to find that. We also, on that same day, we started out writing some of these expressions like we're going to do on our test. So this is where we're going to want to look in our math notebook. Again, if we were in school, I would just hang this poster up in front of you. Unfortunately, we're not in school. So you've got to have these notes in your notebook. Okay? Does this all make sense? Yes, I see head nods, I see thumbs up, okay? So when I look at this test, let's take a look at it. I know you know how to do this because we've done it a bunch. I know you know how to do it. I don't know if you know how to do it necessarily correctly, but I know you know what you're supposed to do here. Let's see if we can get it right. So here I've got the words 50 times the sum of 64 and 36. Here I'm going to write my expression, and here I'm going to write the value of that expression. If you remember when we were doing this in class, we did something very similar. We wrote the expression, we solved the expression, and we wrote that answer here. Okay, it's the exact same thing you're being asked to do on your test. Okay? Down on the bottom part of your test is the exact same thing we were working on that page, where you have to tell me which side is bigger. And after you do that, you have to explain. I still had people turn in the bottom part of this homework assignment and it looked like this. Even if these are right, there's no way you can get all the points on there that you want because you didn't do the second part, which is to explain. In class, we modeled that. We had sentences that we could copy. So when you're looking at your test today, you're going to want to look at these notes that we took in class And you're going to want to make sure that you're looking at what did we do there? What did that sentence sound like? So you can copy it onto your test. Is everybody okay? Yes? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Natalie and Bentley, who's gone already, I'd imagine. Miss Amanda, you want to make that call for me? Billy and Natalie and Bentley, you guys all need to make sure that you check in with Miss Amanda right after class today because she's got a schedule for you of when you're going to do all this stuff. Okay, so make sure you make it there. Okay, Billy? Okay. All right. We are only doing the front side of that test today. That's it. For your assignment today, you're going to turn in a picture of just the front side of that test. We haven't even flipped the paper over. We haven't looked at the back at all. If you flip over to the back, you're going to go, I wonder what I'm supposed to do here. And the reason for that is we haven't talked about it yet. The back side of the test, we're going to talk about tomorrow. You're welcome, Jonathan. The back side, we're going to talk about tomorrow. Do not worry about the back side today. All you need to do today is the front side of this and turn in a picture. Now, some of us like to turn in a picture that I can't really read. When it's homework, I can kind of look and squint and be like, yeah, I think that's right. On a test, I can't do that. So when you turn this into me today, you've got to make sure that it's clear enough for me to actually be able to grade. Does everybody hear that requirement? Everybody hears me, right? Because if I can't read it, I can't grade it. If I can't grade it, I'm going to send a text to mommy or daddy or whoever it is that I communicate with, and I'm going to ask them to send me a picture of it because I can't grade it if it's a big blurry mess. My dear friend Leo's not here. He's our most common offender. Ashton, you've gotten really good at texting things to me clearly. Thank you for that. Those of you who turn in things on the app, Brandon and Jonathan and Valeria and some others of Maddie, some others of you, super clear on the app. Remember, I've shown you the difference. So if you're using the app and you're turning it in that way, easy. If you turn it in and it's an inserted image into the document and I can't read it, I'm going to have to ask you to turn it in again. Okay. I would love it if you would turn in 2 pictures of this page, one of the top part and one of the bottom part. Then I'll probably be able to read it. Thumbs up, I got it. I'm ready. Miss Tyner, stop talking about the test. Move on with your life. Okay, great. All right, we're going to take this math test and we're going to take these 2 examples that we have from class. We're going to put them off to the side for a moment. I know you'd like me to just let you go do that right now so you could be done. Yeah, go ahead, Wyatt. And we're going to move on with our morning, okay? I showed you honor roll on Friday, so I took that off my list of things to do with you this morning. But the next thing I've got on my list of things to do with you this morning is to talk about Harry Potter on Friday. So let's take a look real quick at how that works. Who's my rock star this morning? Let's see. Oh, it was Maddie, but she muted herself. Okay, this is whose family I have heard back from about watching Harry Potter. If I have not heard back from your family yet, they've got till Friday to text me, but remember that they've got to text me permission for you to watch. So I have heard from, I know you guys can't see all the way over to your names, but I have heard.
Miss Tyner, my dad said that I could watch it.
Great. I've heard from Ashton, Amy, Bentley, Billy. Brandon, I haven't heard back from your family yet, so please make sure your mom texts me back. Braxton, Christian, Brandon, I lied, that wasn't you. Billy, I haven't heard back from grandma yet to tell me that you can watch the movie. Brandon, I have heard from your mom, I'm sorry. Billy, I still haven't heard back that you can watch, so make sure that they let me know. Aaliyah, I haven't heard back from your dad, I don't think. Now that I said that, I think I remember it. No, he hasn't texted me back yet. So Aaliyah, I need your dad to text me back. Billy, I need yours. Daniel, Hade, Jose, I need to hear from your family. And Hade, I need to hear from your family. Natalie and Polo, I haven't heard from either of your families. Okay, so if you're on that list of people that I haven't heard back from, make sure they let me know by Friday. Okay? Now, you all asked how.
My mom said yeah.
But they have to tell me, not you. Now, there was a question asked of how are we going to do this, right? So let me explain. First of all, when you go to pick up your supplies at school, which are waiting for you, if you go to pick them up today or tomorrow or Wednesday, in there is a special little treat that I'm not going to tell you what it is, that will be waiting for you. That special little treat is supposed to get saved for movie day on Friday, so don't you eat it in the car on the way home. Got it? Okay. So there is a little treat coming to you. It's not as cool as nachos, but you know, COVID. So that is in there. Second of all, if you want to bring your own treat, you want to pop your own popcorn at home, you want to bring a, I don't know, giant thing of M&Ms like you're at the movies, you're welcome to do that on Friday. We are going to log on like normal at 9 o'clock. Maddie pointed out the fact that we can't have short day Friday if we're going to watch a 2.5-hour long movie. So on Friday, in exchange for you turning in your work all this week, there will be less work that needs to get done on Friday, less assignments to get done. So we'll still be on together for 2 hours. In fact, we'll be on for a little more than 2 hours because the movie is longer than 2 hours. But you'll have less assignments that you have to get done. Okay, fair deal? Yeah, okay. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna play the movie on my computer and I'm gonna share screen with you. Now, what that means is it going to be crystal clear, perfectly flowing the entire time that you're watching the movie? Probably not. There are going to be times where it's going to glitch up a second. There are going to be times where you get kicked off of Zoom and have to log back on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We just have to do our best because I don't have any other way to show a movie to all of you at the same time. If you have really, really, really awful internet, which some of us do, if you have really, really, really awful internet and I am a glitch-tastic disaster most of the time when you're talking to me, this movie may be so glitchy for you that you're like, Ms. Tyner, I can't even watch it. If that is the case, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do to fix it for you. But I will do my very best to get the DVD to you so that you can watch it at your house.
Wait, I was gonna say, unless you own it, you could just watch it on your TV.
Yes, unless you have unless you have it and you can watch it on your TV. Thanks, Miss Amanda.
Which Harry Potter are you watching?
The first one. Billy.
The first one?
Uh-huh.
I have all the movies. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4,
I'm
and 5,
so
and 6.
excited. So Billy, if you can't watch it with us, you just put it on your own TV and put us on mute, okay? Every year when we watch this movie, there are people who, like Billy and like many of you, have already seen the movie. Cool. Awesome. Usually what's cool about watching it at school is that you get to watch it with all your friends. Unfortunately, in COVID times, we don't really get to watch it with our friends. We're kind of watching it with our friends. We're making the best of it. And also, even if you have seen the movie, you probably saw it a while ago. And it was kind of like on the TV, but you were like doing 12 other things and you weren't really paying attention to it. And you probably hadn't read the book before. So you didn't know the story the way that you do now. So I promise you that even if you've seen the movie before, which many of you have, I've seen it at least 15 times because I show it every year. And I've seen it times that not, so I've probably seen it 20 times. Still one of my favorite movies. So even if you've seen it before, even if you own it, whatever, sit down, relax, enjoy a Friday where you don't have to do any math and watch Harry Potter with us, okay? If it's so glitchy that you just can't stand it, you're just gonna chat to me on Zoom, Ms. Tyner, I can't see it, and we'll talk about what to do, okay? Well, we're gonna do our best. Does that make sense for Friday, you guys? Assuming that we get all the marbles in the jar? Man, that'd be a letdown. Okay, movie answers, check. Everybody good? Any other questions about how that's gonna work? Can you have your blanket? Can you be lying in your bed while you watch Harry Potter on Friday? Yes, you can. You snuggle up. If we were at school, I would tell you to bring your blanket and your pillow. That's how movies work in my classroom. Okay? Sound good? All right, it's gonna be fun. Okay, it's the day before Halloween. It's like school Halloween. It's Harry Potter. We're gonna enjoy our time together. You guys earned it. You worked hard for those marbles, and I'm very proud of you. Remember, I told you about my friend who can't get her class to turn in 2 things? Shh. You guys are winning that competition. Okay. All right. So we've got 4
I've
things.
seen like half.
Today. Say it again. Who's talking to me? Jose, was that you?
I said that when I watch Harry Potter, I sometimes get bored because my
Right.
brother's just watching it, and then I just like turn out to watch the half of the movie.
So this time, Jose, I bet you'll actually be interested in it because now you've read the book and you're like, oh, I want to know what that's going to look like. Makes me happy to know Christian's still watching Harry Potter, though. All right, math test, check. Time is it? How am I doing? Perfect. The next thing that we're going to do is we've got to finish this essay that we've been working on for a million years, you guys, so that we can move on to our next essay. Okay, this is supposed to be our example essay where Ms. Tyner writes it for you and you guys help me talk about it. And we've just had so many other things going on that it's just sitting here on my computer screen and it's just not done. And we need to get it done. So first thing we're going to do today, we're going to work on our essay. Then we're going to take a little break, do some circuit training, and then we're going to start our new social studies unit. Okay? Yes? A lot of you in your flip grids on Friday, when you were talking about social studies and why it's different, I really liked listening to some of your answers. Montserrat, I listened to yours last, and I really enjoyed your answer. Do you remember what you said, Montserrat? Can you unmute and tell us? Okay, we're all listening to Montserrat, giving her our attention.
I said it was different because it was fun because the fact that Miss Tyner like was actually there and she knew about it and she wasn't just taking it out of the book.
So Montserrat, when I listened to yours, I heard you say that you liked it because you liked not doing it out of the book. That was one of the things that you said. Did anybody else say something similar to that? Anybody else say something similar that you enjoyed it because we weren't doing it out of the book? I heard it from a lot of people. Wyatt, I see your hand. Wyatt, what did you say? Or do you remember? Tell us, Wyatt.
Kind of.
What do you remember talking about in your flip grid?
I remember the last part of it
What'd you say?
where in the last 2 grades that we did it, it was all out of the book and we had to look at every single page, but now we just get to listen to it and write down on our notebook,
Okay.
on our pages.
So Wyatt and Montserrat and some others mentioned that they liked getting to listen to it and take notes on it rather than reading it out of the book. I like that Montserrat said that it was more interesting to her because I had actually been there, right? I love teaching the Cliff Dwellers because I've actually been there. Jose, I wanted to ask you, Jose, whenever we're doing social studies, you are always like, you come alive for me during social studies, Jose. You're raising your hand and answering questions. What makes you do that, Jose? Why did you enjoy it in that way?
I don't know. I just enjoy it.
You just liked it. Yeah? You can't come up with anything else for me?
No.
I can tell you liked it because you got an A+ on your test, or was it an A+? It was very close. It wasn't an A+. Yeah, A+. Okay. So, Jonathan, I need your attention over this way, please. So when we start our new unit today, we're going to be talking about Columbus. Now, I have not been, Montserrat, I have not been to these places that I'm going to be talking to you about, but I hope that it's a similar feeling for you guys of that you're happy that you're not trying to read it out of the book, that you just get to listen to the discussion. Some of you wrote that you really liked drawing the pictures. That makes me laugh, those beautiful pictures we all drew. I would love to see yours. Probably better than mine. So I am hopeful that it will continue on that way for you guys. I miss teaching social studies in real life in our classroom, but we're gonna make the best of it, okay? So we're gonna work on our essay for about 20 minutes. We're gonna stop around 10 o'clock. Then we're gonna do a little circuit training, do a little Columbus, and then I'm gonna turn you loose to work on that math test, okay? Everybody good? Yes? Alive? Must be Monday, you're all like, All right, so I've got up here our essay. I'm gonna remember to share my screen with you so you can see it. Thank you, Miss Amanda, for your assistance there. All right, so we've been trying to get this essay done. We've got a topic sentence. Your topic sentence says, dealing with COVID has been really hard. Then we've got what I call our listing sentence. The 3 very worst parts of COVID are, and then you guys talked for a long time. We had a big, long debate about all the worst parts of COVID. And we came up with kind of 3 categories. Not being able to go to school, having to sit in front of a screen all day, and not being able to gather in large groups. Does everybody remember when we were working on this before? It's been a while because we had other things we had to get done. Okay, so if I go back over to what should be a poster hanging on the wall, but is currently a piece of binder paper, we are working on the first paragraph of our essay, which is our introduction. We've got our topic sentence, we've got our listing sentence. What we need next is called an elaborating sentence. Now, this is the trickiest sentence of all. So I need your brain to be turned on. It's turned on, up to full power. Yes. All right. Give it a little shake in there. Wake it up, because I'm going to need your help. So I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to call it our elaborating sentence question. And I want you to think of an answer to this question in your head. Are you ready? I don't want you to say it out loud. I just want you to think it. Everybody ready? Yes? Okay, here's our question. I'm actually going to give you a sentence starter. Okay, in the chat, I want you to finish that sentence. In the chat, I want you to chat to me the ending to this sentence. How would you end that sentence? Open up my chat screen.
Ms. Tyner.
What's up, Maddie?
So we can just say any way we'd like to end it.
I wish COVID would go away because you guys can share them to the whole group. I know you're usually chatting to just me, but you can send them to the whole group. Ooh, these are good endings. Keep them coming. I've got 5.
Miss Tyner,
What's that, Christian? What's up?
are we supposed to write all this stuff on paper?
No, you don't have to write it on paper. No, Christian. You're just listening to me. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'll make you write an essay pretty soon, but right now it's just paying attention to me. All right, I'm going to read you some of the ones I've got. So if you're stuck, you're going to listen to these people. I've got, I wish COVID would go away because it's not fun, because I can't talk to my friends, because I don't like it, because there's so much stuff we can't do, because lots of people we love are passing away, because I would like to see all of my family, because I want to go to school and play with all of my friends. I don't get to see my friends all at once or go to places like the water park. That way I can play with my friends again. I wish COVID would go away because I want to play with my friends without being 6 feet apart. Why? Because I am disappointed we don't get to be with Miss Tyner, and I haven't seen my great grandmother and I miss her. Because I went hunting with my uncle and had to wear a mask. Natalie, because I want to go to school. Okay, these are all fantastic endings to this sentence. I wonder if I can copy and paste from the chat. I think I'm gonna steal Wyatt's. I wish COVID would go away because I want to play with my friends without being 6 feet apart. Okay, so I'm gonna steal that. Is everybody okay with me stealing Wyatt's? Yes, you all said very similar things. You did a great job. I'm gonna make this sentence be orange because that's what color it is on my little chart there. So let's see if you guys can see this color. I wish COVID would go away
It's hard to.
because, I'll make it darker, hang on. Because I want to play with my friends and not be 6 feet. Okay, make it darker for you. That better? Can you see it better now? Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going back over here, our elaborating sentence. So we've got our topic sentence, we've got our listing sentence, we've got our elaborating sentence. Now we need a concluding sentence. Our concluding sentence is going to sound a whole lot like our topic sentence. And lucky you, look, you have a whole list of topic sentences right here. Can you guys pick one for me? Which one do you want to use as our concluding sentence? Which one do you want to use? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Maddie, I see your hand. Which one do you want to use?
COVID is not fun because we have to do online learning.
Okay. Right. Let me go back to that. Can I change it, Maddie, to we have to do everything online?
Yeah.
Rory was explaining to one of her stuffed animals that it was COVID time the other day, and it was funny because she was telling them all about how we use computers to talk to people now. Okay, introduction, check. Now, what we've got to do now is we've got to do our first body paragraph. Okay, we've got 12 minutes to work on this. We're going to get our first body paragraph done. Body paragraphs are easy. This is where you get to rant about all the things that are horrible about this. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first thing on the list in your listing sentence. So if I go back over here, what's the first thing that you talk about in the list? That blue sentence. What's the first thing on your list there? What do you see? Stick gods are going to torture somebody. Here they come. Montserrat, what's the first thing on our list? This is our listing sentence, this blue guy right here. What's the first thing you guys put on that list?
Having to sit in front of a screen all the time.
That would be the second one. What's the first thing on the list?
Oh, not being able to go to school.
Okay. Does everybody see that? Where Montserrat found that answer? Yeah. Yep. Okay, I see some thumbs up. So right here, the first thing you guys put on the list was not being able to go to school. And the reason that you guys had that first is because you said out of the 3 things, remember when we made this big brainstorm? Out of the 3 things, you said this one's bad, but it's not as bad as this one or this one. So that's why we put it first. And these were the things that you guys talked about. You said internet issues, you can't play soccer with your friends, you have to listen to your siblings do school, you miss your friends, and you're sitting down on the screen. These are the things that you talked about. So the very first thing that we need to get into our essay for this paragraph, now we're going to, because this paragraph is done, we're going to go down and indent. Now we need a topic sentence. This topic sentence has to be about going to school. So I'm going to start it for you. One awful thing about, I don't want to say dealing with again, about living through the COVID pandemic is that, okay, what's the topic of this lovely paragraph? What's our topic, Hade? Make sure you're with me. So if I pull your stick, you know what we're doing. What are we talking about in this paragraph, Hade?
not being able to go to school.
Is that we cannot go to school. Okay, in the chat, I want you to chat this to everybody. In the chat, I want you to give me one reason that not being able to go to school is awful. Okay, in the chat, I want you to type that sentence. Don't type it to just me, type it to everybody so they can see what you think. Why is not being able to go to school awful? Okay, I'm going to share with you what you guys came up with. This was all your reason, so maybe that'll help you think of your sentence. What's your sentence going to be? Why is not being able to go to school awful? And you could think about what's awful about not going to school, or you could also think about what's awful about doing school online. Kind of go both ways on that one. So what makes that so awful? Jonathan, I need you to do what we're doing, please. Amara, I like your answer. Amara says, we can't watch Harry Potter together or eat nachos. Okay, I've got Maddie says we can't see our friends. Amara says we can't watch Harry Potter together. Christian says we can't see our friends and play with them. You're doing great on the chat, you guys. What's your reason? What's your reason that you're mad you can't be at school right now? Can't talk to friends. We can't see our friends. Ashton, I'm really sorry that's been your school experience. You can't listen to Miss Tyner read Harry Potter. You want to hear my voices, Valeria. Jonathan can't play soccer. In all caps. Serious about that one. You can't eat my nachos. They are pretty delicious, Michael. You should probably have talked about in your letter from the 6th graders.
Tyler,
What's up,
I
Jonathan?
didn't mean to have it in all caps. I accidentally had caps lock
I
on.
thought you were just
I
really,
accidentally had caps lock on.
that's okay. I just thought you were really angry about it.
No.
All right.
I'm just bored a lot.
Nobody's talked about any of these other things. You're all just talking about friends. Can you talk about any of these other things you had on the list? Internet, brothers and sisters, screens? I'm hearing you say friends, so I'm going to put that on here. Okay. I'm going to go back to, okay. So we need an actual sentence. So I'm going to steal from Aaliyah. I like Aaliyah's. It says it's hard to learn on a screen. Okay. Trying to do school from home is really hard because it is not easy to learn from a screen. Can anybody add to my sentence? What makes it hard? Why is it hard to learn from the screen? Ashton, perfect. Many of us have internet issues that make staying logged into Zoom very hard. It is hard to learn what Ms. Tyner is teaching when we keep getting kicked off of Zoom. Is that good? Does that summarize what you guys are saying in your chat here? Internet issues, soccer. Okay, we also, now this is what you guys were talking about, we also miss playing with our friends, especially soccer on the playground. Okay, what else do you miss about your friends besides soccer? Can you raise your hand and tell me what else do you miss about being able to see your friends at school? Somebody give me another sentence here.
Talking to them?
Talking to them. What do you miss about talking to them, Valeria? Is that you, Valeria?
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody add to Valeria's? What do you miss about talking to your friends? Wyatt? Jonathan, I need your attention on what we're doing, please. It's like the 20th time I have asked. The next text goes to your dad. Put your math test away. Put it away. I want it moved. No, you didn't put it away. You just erased what you were doing and then looked at me. Put it away. Thank you. We're writing an essay. Wyatt, go ahead.
I have to yell across the playground, kind of, to talk to them.
Well, you haven't even been able to do that. That's what it's gonna look like. But what do you miss about talking to your friends, Wyatt? Somebody finish this sentence for me? We
Like
missed-
how they're doing,
Say it again, Valeria.
like how they're doing, or what.
So you're telling me you miss talking to your friends about how they are doing? Yes? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. When I look over here at your chat, I also see, I wish I could share the chat. You share screen with the chat? That'd be cool. I'm going to have a whole list of suggestions for the Zoom developers very soon. You also talked about being in the classroom, but it's actually very interesting, you guys, that you can't miss being in my classroom because you've never been there. But what do you think you miss about being in my class? What do you think?
We don't get to see Pearl in person.
Okay, so class pets. We wish we were in the classroom so that we could see our class pets. Okay, what else do you think you're missing by not being in class?
We're missing all the
What are
fun stuff. We're missing the fun stuff.
The fun stuff, all the fun parts of school. Yeah, Mr. Seaver and I talked about that over the summer. We're taking a whole 6-hour day of school. We're taking out all the fun stuff and just smashing all the work into 2 hours online. That's not very fun. Okay, so we wish we were in the classroom so we could see our class pets and do all the fun parts of school, like buddies and PE and recess and, free time in the classroom and playing Monopoly, all that kind of stuff, right? We're missing out on all that stuff, right? And yes, nachos and Harry Potter and all those things too, right? Those all fall into the fun parts of school. Those are the things that I do to try to make it fun. And we're missing out on those. Okay, we need a concluding sentence. Our concluding sentence is going to sound a lot like my topic sentence. Watch what I'm going to do. Are you watching? Okay, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right here. Now, this doesn't actually work because you can't just have exactly the same sentence at the beginning and at the end. So how could I change it at the end? How could I change that sentence at the end to make it different? Still says the same thing, but is a different sentence. Valeria, I see your hand. I can tell you're going to be my essay writer. Let me hear it, Valeria.
You could take the one up and put these are reasons why.
Now that's an illegal word. Ms. Tyner has illegal words in an essay. These, those, that's, all illegal. All illegal. So take that off, Valeria. Valeria had this sentence. She said, watch. This is what we're going to work on all year. Jonathan, read your sentence this way, please. Okay, now tell me the end of it, Valeria.
Those are reasons why. Those are reasons.
Help her. Somebody help her. Don't let her sit there. Braxton, put your pencil away now.
Those are reasons why COVID is so awful.
You have nothing to be writing down right now. Focus on what we're doing.
Those are reasons why COVID is COVID pandemic
Help her.
is awful,
Can you guys pick another word besides awful?
is the worst.
Okay. Now, this paragraph is talking about the school part. So we need to have that in here. Can somebody help her get that in there? Braxton, pencil, gone. You have nothing to write down.
That's why.
Your math test away. Now, whatever it is you're doing, put it away.
I'm doing the essay.
Why are you writing this down? We're not writing this down. Is anyone else writing?
No, I'm not writing it down.
Nobody's writing it down. We're just talking, Braxton. You don't need to write this down. Okay. Okay, so back to what we're trying to finish here. It's 10:01. We're supposed to be done at 10 with this. So here we go. Our concluding sentence needs to talk about school, because this is a paragraph about school.
These are reasons why
Help me get that
the pandemic is the worst. Those are reasons why.
Okay, so here we go. Jose, got your school.
Why?
This is a paragraph about going to school. Those are the reasons why.
Why we cannot go. We cannot go to school.
I'm going to change it. Okay. Now, eyes on the screen. Eyes on the screen. This is important. Do you see how Valeria started this off at the beginning of the sentence? And she's the only person who volunteered a sentence. So, Valeria, props to you. Those are the reasons why not going to school is horrible. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
For you to take this from like a 2nd grade sentence to a 5th grade sentence, you just need to do one thing.
What?
Now it sounds like a 5th grader wrote it. Just take off that beginning. Those are the reasons why, and that's why. No, take it off. Just take that off the front and leave the ending. Okay. Now, does anybody have anything we could add to this sentence? Because when I chop off the beginning, it gets a little short. Can I add anything to this? What could I do?
Going to school is horrible.
Not going to school is horrible.
You can add a reason why it's horrible.
Okay, so what do you want to add on there, Maddie?
Because we can't see. Wait, this is about why
we're not going to, well, that we can't go to school, right? Not going to school is horrible because we
can't.
Help her finish it. It shouldn't be just Maddie's brain. There's
Not why not going to school is horrible because we can't see our friends.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. Go. That was not bad, you guys. Very nice. Okay, we are gonna switch gears from essay. We're gonna do a little circuit training because it's Monday. You don't have any PE to do on Monday for me. Tomorrow you'll have a video from Mr. Seaver. Wednesday you've got your pedometer steps. Thursday another video from Mr. Seaver. Mondays nice and easy. Just do a little bit during class. So here we go. Jonathan, you are the first torturer. Jonathan, what would you like us to do?
Upside down bicycle.
Say that again.
Upside down bicycle.
Oh, the air bike thing. All right, if your video is off, I need your video on. Otherwise, I assume that you are just taking a nap while the rest of us are working. So I need you to turn your video on so we can see you working out with us. Okay. So Jonathan's talking about air bike. Let's see my fuzzy sticker again. So air bike, if you remember, so we're going to touch our opposite elbow to our opposite. Everybody remember when we were doing this? Yeah? Okay, so I need you to find a spot. I need your video on so I know you're working with us. Por favor. Are you ready? Nothing like working out in the Ford dealership, right, Howdy? Everybody ready? Ashton, Michael, Haney, waiting for you. Work out in the dark today. All right, Haiti, Michael, Ashton, you turn your video on. I'm gonna go mark you absent. There's one of them. Michael, Haiti, I need to know you're there and you're with us. Wasting time. All right, everybody else, here we go. Oh, you are there. Okay, here we go. We're doing 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job. 4. Mark, you're getting good. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not laughing at you guys. 9, 10. Good job. I think we should do one more set of those. One more set. Michael, I don't know what you're doing, but it's not what I'm doing. Are you ready? Let's do one more set. Everybody ready? This is Michael there, Mike. Okay, Michael. So we're touching our elbow to our knee. Elbow to our knee. All right, we're doing 10. Here we go. Don't let your feet touch the ground. Who's this next to Michael? Brandon, get your feet off the ground. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Natalie, you definitely look like a dead bug. That's what I call those also. Dying bugs. All right, let's see who else has got one. Michael, you're up. What's your torture, Michael?
Well, sit-ups.
Sit-ups. All right, I'm gonna get my pillow. I'm gonna get my pillow and put my feet under Rory's kitchen. Hold on. All right. We've been doing 2 sets of 20. Here we go, Michael. 2 sets of 20. We gotta be able to do 80. Hopefully we're getting stronger. I have to take my sweatshirt off after this. Everybody ready? Oh, you're already going. All right, here we go. 2 sets of 20. I'm gonna do mine, you're gonna do yours. 3. Come on, Jose. Thanks. Good job, you guys. 7. Good job, Amara. 9. Remember, try not to grab those legs, you guys. Good job, Michael. Go all the way down, Michael. All the way down. There you go. Good job. Forgot what number I'm on. I think it's 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I'm taking a break.
Miss Tyner.
Yeah, Maddie, is that you?
Yeah, when we have to do our PE, like when we have to do 80 of these, where are we going to do them at?
Well, that's going to depend on what the rules are by then, Maddie. Hopefully, we're going to do them in the gym on the gymnastics mat. That's where we usually do them.
Oh.
But that's all going to depend on how close we can get to each other at that point.
Okay.
Until April that we take our test. What's up, Christian? I see your hand. Christian, what's
Do we, when we do the 80 sit-ups, do we get to take breaks or do we just keep going?
all the way through? All the way through. We're gonna get there though. All right, let's do 20 more. Everybody ready?
Yes.
20 more. Here we go. You guys, come on, Jose. 2. Good job, Maddie.
I already did them.
Oh, aren't you fancy? 13. Good job, guys.
I already did them.
Feel cold, you're probably not cold anymore.
So cold outside.
All right, Amara, did you find your cord? Hopefully she did. All I see is her wall, so I bet she's looking. All right, Wyatt, you're up. Wyatt, what's our next torture?
Push-ups.
Push-ups. All right, 2 sets of 10 push-ups. Here we go. Move my pillow out of the way. All right, everybody ready? Yep. Yes. Can't wait to do these in real life and see how hard you've been working. Some of you are gonna be like, "Oh wait, what?
Can we do diamond push-ups?
What'd you say, Michael?
Can we do diamond push-ups?
Are you ready? We're doing 10. Here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, don't lie down in the middle. 6, 7. The only thing that should touch the ground is your knees and your hands. Good job. There's no napping in the middle of your push-up. All right, one more set of 10. Here we go. Remember, the only thing that should touch the ground is your hands and your knees. No bellies. Ready? 10 more. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Valeria, those are looking good. 4, 5, 6, 7,
Well done.
8, 9, 10.
did 20 by accident.
Me too.
Extra strong. All right. One more torture. Leo's not here. Maddie, you're the last one, Maddie. What are we doing?
Can we do jumping jacks?
That's an easy one. Pick something harder, Maddie.
Burpees.
Ugh, why did I say this? All right.
No.
10 down ups. Here we go. Everybody ready? I hate these. Here we go. 1. Doing 10. 2. 4. I'm we're doing down up, Samara. 6. 8. 9. 10. All right. All right. I'm going to my Columbus. Quite enough torture for today. All right. I have a song to teach you about Columbus too. Get ready.
Can I touch it?
So, as we talked about in the beginning of class today, there is definitely that connection between having good notes and doing well on the test. So, I want you to make sure that you're writing down everything that we do. So, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. We're going to the social studies section of our binder, which is the second section. In my binder, I have 4 pages of Cliff Dwellers.
In my binder? Actually, they aren't in my binder. They're laying in my bed because I was showing my mom them last night. But I have 5 pages.
What were you showing your mom your notes about?
Because we're gonna go on a road trip this summer, and she said if we're gonna go from, we're just gonna we're going to see like her brother, aunt, and we're going to see a lot of people. And she said that if we go in that area, we can go take a tour of it.
That would be super cool. I love inspiring family vacations.
That's why I was showing her, and then we were looking at our map that we have in our kitchen.
Very cool. All right, so we are starting a new topic in social studies, a new chance to take good notes.
Chillin'.
So we're starting with Columbus. Ready? Braxton, you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I was just having it on.
Can you tell me something you think you already know about Columbus? Who have you heard of this person before? What did this person do?
I can tell everything. I know.
Jonathan, I see
He found the He wanted to sail. Columbus wanted to get to India without walking or taking long distance. And since they thought the earth was flat at that time, he took a boat thinking he can get all the way, trying to go like all the way around. But he accidentally stumbled onto North America.
Okay.
Can I tell you mine?
Tell you, Braxton.
You want me to tell you? So he was trying to get the fastest way to India. I think that's what Jonathan said. Yeah. And he was trying to find the fastest way to get there. And I forgot why he was trying to go there for like tour or something. And he somehow, it's been so long, he just went to the other side of the planet. I mean, yeah, the world.
All right. Did anybody add anything else? Anything else to add to the order? Okay, Jonathan and Braxton are both not wrong at all. We're going to add some more details to their knowledge and kind of straighten some stuff out. But before I go into that, has anybody heard of Columbus Day?
Yeah, we got a day off of school.
But do we?
Oh, maybe we don't. I only remember the days we get days off of school.
So this year we got Columbus Day off from school, but it wasn't because it was Columbus Day. We got it off from school because it was Bass Derby weekend. But so I have a question. Why don't we celebrate Columbus Day, or do we celebrate Columbus Day, or like what's the deal with that? What's the deal with Columbus Day?
I think we do celebrate Columbus Day.
Valeria,
We-
what do you want to say?
They say he found the New World, but he actually didn't because there was already people there.
Okay, who was already there, Valeria?
I don't remember their names.
There, okay.
Native American.
Native-
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
I know.
yeah, we talked about that, but not yet. So then why wouldn't we celebrate Columbus Day?
Because there was already people here, but he didn't.
And the Native Americans were already there.
And he
That we don't celebrate it. Do we celebrate it, or do we kind of celebrate it? Sometimes we celebrate it.
I don't know if we celebrate. I'm just a child.
Wyatt, what are you trying to tell me?
don't.
Valeria says we don't. Wyatt, what are you trying to tell me?
We don't. We don't celebrate it
So Wyatt, why don't?
because he lied.
Because he lied, because he didn't. So Wyatt, and I think you're adding to what Maddie said, or no, Valeria said, we don't celebrate it because he didn't actually find it. That's what you're saying? Yeah? Okay. Are we on board with that? That's what you guys think too?
Sure.
Sure, maybe a little bit. I see lots of heads nodding. Brandon's not sure. He's checking to see if his head's still attached to his neck. Okay, well let's get started with our discussion, and then at the end, in a week or so when we're done, let's see if we can answer that question of do we celebrate it, why or why not? Okay? Yeah?
Okay.
All right, so Jonathan said that Columbus was trying to find a path to Asia, and you said India. And Jonathan, you were really, really close. I was really impressed with your vocabulary there. I'm going to change your sentence just a tiny bit, and we're going to write down our first sentence. So those of us who had some perhaps not awesome Cliff Dwellers notes, this is our first sentence to get down for our Columbus notes. So are we ready? Yeah? Okay. All right. Here we go. Point number 1.
Tina?
Yep.
When you go back to when you sign, can you slip some of my paper in my packet?
Jonathan, when you go to pick up your packet, just tell Miss Gabby you need some lined paper.
Okay, just because I'm running low on the social studies part.
And that goes for everybody. Everybody, when you go to pick up your stuff, if there's something else that you need that you forgot to tell me or that I didn't put in there for some reason, I forgot, I lost it, whatever, you just ask Miss Gabby and she'll give you stuff. If you need another whiteboard marker and you forgot to tell me, you just ask Miss Gabby, okay? If you need lined paper because you're looking at your social studies section here and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it, Miss Tyner, ask for more paper, okay? Wyatt, I want you to take notes on regular paper today, not Easton's paper, okay? Captain Dashy lines with pictures on the top last time.
That was not my brother's paper. I got that from my grandma's house because I forgot to bring another piece of paper.
Okay, regular paper, capiche? I was like, what does this say? Okay, so here we go. All right, we are gonna write down this sentence. Europeans, we'll talk about what that means in just a second, wanted to trade with Asia. Now we're going to talk about where those places are because I know your geography is not real great. Europeans wanted to trade with Asia. And I'm going to talk about why. Okay. A lot of you guys, when we're taking our notes for the Cliff Dwellers, come on, Elmo, there you go. When we're taking our notes for the Cliff Dwellers, sometimes we don't write down everything we talk about, right? That's the point of notes. You don't sit there and write down every single thing Miss Tyner says. You just write down the main stuff. And I could tell those of you who were really paying attention during the discussion part, because some of the information that we only talked about, we didn't write down, was coming out in your answers. So make sure when we're discussing that your brain is really thinking, okay? Jose, I see your hand.
Miss Tyner.
Yep.
I know why they wanted to trade with
Why?
Asia.
Why did they want to?
It's past 10.
Asia and India have like India has pyramids, and inside those pyramids were like a lot of gold.
Okay, whoa. Back
And then in Asia,
backpedal. Mr. Seaver's laughing at you. Only a little bit though. Pyramids are in Egypt, which is on a different continent. Keep going though, Jose.
Look at my fucking book.
Keep going, Jose.
but Asia,
He's like, shoot.
Asia had like a lot of kings, like kind of like presidents, but I don't know. And then like most of those presidents had a lot of money, and I don't know.
Okay.
They just had a lot of money.
All
So,
right. Okay. So they wanted to trade so they could
that's
get.
all I know.
All right. Hold on now. Hold on to your shorts.
I gotta show you.
Excellent information, Jose. So here we go. Europeans wanted to trade with Asia. Here's some of the stuff they wanted. Jose, you're not wrong. Okay. I'm going to add on here. They wanted. Yes, one of the things they wanted was gold. But they also wanted other things. People like to trade, you guys, because somebody has something you don't have. Let's say that Christian and Braxton are in the cafeteria, and it's not COVID time, so they're allowed to be in the cafeteria, and they're also allowed to like share food and talk to each other and be closer than 6 feet. Okay? Braxton has Takis in his lunch. Christian has Super Fire Hot Cheetos in his lunch. Now, both of these snacks are delicious. Some people would say that Takis are better. Some people would say that the Flamin' Hot Nasty Cheetos are better, but they're both good snacks. However, Braxton has a whole bag of Takis. Mom bought one of those like snack pack things they have at Walmart, right? He's got Takis covered. And Christian, same thing. His mom bought one of those big packs of hot Cheetos. So he has hot Cheetos for days at home. There you go. Exactly. Thank you, Hade. So what are they going to do at lunch? They're going to trade. It's not necessarily that one thing is the other. It's that people want to trade for what they don't have. Christian has a whole lot of hot Takis. So he's like, yeah. Sorry, Christian has hot Cheetos. Christian has a whole lot of hot Cheetos at home. So he's like, yeah, I like your Takis. Braxton thinks. And Braxton's got a lot of Takis at home. So people want to trade for stuff.
I think
Sorry, Braxton. Go ahead. Sorry, I muted you.
I think I know what they wanted to trade.
What?
They probably wanted to trade like weapons and stuff and gold.
And one of the things they really wanted to trade for was actually spices. And you guys will understand this because you've all had Chinese food. You've all had Italian food. You've all had Mexican food. You've all had different kinds of food. You know they all taste different. It's not necessarily that Chinese food is better than Mexican food or Mexican food is better than Italian food. It's nice to have something different, right? You like something better than others, but it's nice to have something different. So they wanted to trade with them, you guys, because they had different stuff. And one of the things was spices. Okay, they wanted gold, they wanted spices. Also in Asia, they had a very fancy material called silk, which you may have found in your life somewhere. Maybe your grandma has a fancy, super soft dress made of silk. It's a kind of fabric. We don't wear a lot of silk, so you know. You might
Remember
have
this for next year, guys. We'll have to teach you all more about that.
You might have some pajamas that are super like silky feeling, right? They're probably not actually silk, most likely, but okay. They wanted to trade for jewels, all kinds of stuff. And the reason that they wanted to do this is because it was different. Okay? I'm going to put etc. there. Spelled that wrong. You still love me.
What's that mean?
Etc. Well, I spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be etc. just means and other stuff. Okay? So they wanted to trade. Now, there were two ways to get there. There were two ways to get from Europe to Asia. Okay? I'll show you a map. I have a map that I've colored, but I'm going to show you one on the internet. Spell world. Okay.
Do you have a big map at your house, at your school, in your classroom, Miss Tyner?
Yeah, I usually show it to you on a globe, you know, the big ball.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a big map on one of our windows, so we can use it
At home or at school?
at home.
Where'd you go, little nappy poo? There we go.
And I have like flashcards for map stuff that my Chromebook's sitting on right now that I never use.
Sure. All right, you guys, can everybody see this map of the world? Everybody can see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we have not done the states and capitals. When we go back to school, hopefully here pretty soon, we're going to start working on, but we haven't done that yet. So for those of us who are really not very good at this stuff, just real quick, this is North America where we live. We live on the coast of California right over here. Okay, some parts that you might recognize is this little dangly part on the bottom, that's Florida. Okay, Mexico's down here. When those of us travel to Mexico, we drive down California and we end up down here in Mexico. Okay. Now, we are not talking about this land over here at all. Right now, we're just talking about this chunk over here. Okay, this big continent, this is Africa. Okay, this is where Egypt is. Jose, over here. But we're talking about Europe. And Europe is not a country. Europe is a clump of countries. It's a clump of a lot of countries that you've heard of. Spain, England, Germany, France, Italy, all those countries are part of Europe, okay? And they're all right here in this little clumpy poo right here. Jonathan, get your attention this way, please. Okay, so here's Europe, okay? This is where we're talking about. These guys wanted to trade with the people in Asia, and they are over here.
I think Miss Tyner's frozen.
Yeah, she is.
I'm back. You guys were frozen, not me.
Oh, frozen.
Am I back now? Hey, my computer says my internet connection is unstable. Isn't it nice of it to tell me that? Okay, you're back now. You can all see me and hear me? Yes? Okay. So, Europe over here, Asia over here. Everybody cool?
Yes.
Okay. It was really awesome when I was doing that because you guys were all like, trying to see. Okay. Now, if I lived here and I want to trade with someone that lives over here and there are no airplanes, there's no trains, there's no cars, there's no
trains?
No trains, no airplanes, no cars, no buses, nothing.
That sucks.
How am I going to get from here to here? What
You're going to drive.
See your hand. What are you going to do? Go ahead, Montserrat.
You sail.
I'm going to sail. Okay, because there were boats. They didn't have motors. I have to actually use the wind and the sails. But if I'm going to do that, I have to sail all the way down. You can still see the map, right? I have to sail all the way down around Africa, up over here, navigate around through these islands, up and around. Now that sounds like a giant pain in the butt, if you ask me. And that's for a lot of reasons. Number one, there are a lot of really horrible storms down here right under Africa, like really bad storms, like sinking ships storms, okay? So that's not good. Also, pirates, and I'm not kidding. I don't mean like Captain Hook. I mean like actual pirates who are going to take over my ship, probably kill me and my crew and steal all my stuff. because the pirates know that the ships are sailing down and around and over and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So if I'm a pirate, I'm just gonna chill right here. I'm gonna take over your boat. I'm gonna steal your stuff. Probably gonna kill y'all. Done. Okay. What's the other way that I could get from Europe to Asia? How else could I get there if I'm not gonna sail? Oh, you guys always like to ask me why can't they sail around? You always ask me why can't they sail?
Oh, I know why.
The answer is it's frozen up there. So they can't go that way. They have to go down. Okay. What's the other way I could get there? Wyatt?
I do. Walking.
I could walk. That's a long walk. And you see all this yellow here in the middle?
Desert.
That's a desert. It's called the Sahara Desert. Very large. I most likely am going to take a camel, which is kind of a cool way to travel. I'm going to travel riding on a camel. Jose's like, sign me up. I will ride a camel. Right? But it's going to take a long, long time, you guys. Think about if you tried to walk from California to New York. Like walk. Or say ride a camel from California to New York. And this is even farther. So that's amazing, right? Braxton,
Well,
what-
Miss Taylor,
You could, you know how like in the middle
Yep.
between the Africa and then
Yep, right here.
how there's like the little water right there? They could probably sail around, like go like sail through that little like that thing and then go down through that, maybe.
You know, they do have ways to get through there now, Braxton, but they definitely did not then. But that is a great idea, and people definitely made that happen in the future. But as things are right now, as Jonathan and who else was talking in the beginning? Jonathan and
Braxton.
as you guys were talking about, they wanted to trade with Asia and they wanted a better way to do it. So we're going to take another couple sentences of notes here. Is everybody ready? Europeans wanted to trade with Asia. They wanted gold, spices, silk, jewels, etc. Okay, now I'm going to add to that. So I'm going to put a little line down below. Remember, your notes should look just like mine. Okay. There were two ways to get from Europe to Asia. One. Okay, so the first one we looked at was to sail down, right? All the way down and around, past the pirates and the storms and around, right? So I'm going to say sail down around Africa. And in parentheses, I'm going to put pirates and storms.
what does that mean? That they're gonna have to face pirates and storms?
Yep. So I don't really like that option. And number two, we're going to say go across on land. And in parentheses, I'm going to say camels, deserts, and I'm going to put bandits.
What's a bandit?
It's like a criminal who's going to steal my stuff. They're not pirates because they're not in a boat. They're just bandits. Sanders' notes are not very neat today, guys. Okay. So basically, both of these ways kind of stink. They're not safe and they take a long time. Okay, I'm gonna let you catch up with me and then I'm gonna explain the other reason that they don't like these ways. So, route. What's up?
Nothing.
Were dangerous, long, and expensive. Now, the expensive part is what I'm going to talk about next, and then we'll be done for today. Okay,
Don't they
go ahead, Maddie.
what happens if they never show back up to the place? Like,
That's what's interesting about traveling back then is there are no cell phones or satellite phones or email or regular telephones even. So we're going to talk about what that would have been like. Like, say that, you know, your husband goes off on this sailing adventure to go and trade and just never comes back. Did their ship sink? Did pirates kill them? Did they make it to Asia and then not be able to make it back? Like, no, you don't know.
or did he get the stuff and run away?
Right. So that's kind of a crazy time to have been alive, I would imagine, right? Now I want to talk about the expensive part. And this is one of the things that's making me really sad about teaching this lesson, because I always teach this in a silly way at school, but I'm going to try my best to do it on Zoom, okay? So make sure you're giving me all your attention, okay? Now, usually by now I have figured out who can handle a joke where I tease you and who cannot. So let's see if I can peg this right. Okay. Now, one of the things is, anybody still writing?
I'm on the word long.
Okay, so you're right here, because I'd like to stop screen sharing so you can see me better here in a minute. Let's see, who can I tease pretty well, I wonder? Probably Jose. Jose, can I tease you a little bit?
Okay, I'm done.
Sure, I guess.
All right. All right, are we ready? Anybody still writing? I see Brandon still writing, and Valeria. Okay, I'm going to explain the expensive part. Here we go. Let's say I usually have you guys come up in the front and act this out, so it's making me a little bit sad that I can't do it. We're going to make it happen. Brandon, I'm going to go with you. Brandon, you, sir, are going to be my ship captain. Okay, Brandon? Now, Brandon lived a long time ago in the 1400s, back when Columbus was alive, and Brandon's job that he has signed up for in his life is to be a ship captain. Okay, Brandon, you think you got that job figured out? Yeah? Okay. And what he's doing to make his money is he is sailing his ship back and forth from Europe to Asia, down and around, past the pirates, through the storms. This is his job, okay? He is sailing that ship back and forth, and good news is he's pretty good at it. He hasn't died yet or sunk his ship. Nice work, Brandon. Okay? Now, Brandon is making some money by doing this, because what he's doing is he's sailing from Europe, going to Asia, and getting what people want. Okay. Now, let's see, who shall I? Montserrat. Montserrat is a very fancy lady living in Europe. Very, very fancy lady. And she wants some silk from Asia for a new fancy dress. Okay, Montserrat, you on board with this one? You good? Now, Montserrat has a wonderful, wonderful husband who has a great job. And he says, okay, honey, we're going to get you some silk from Asia so you can make your beautiful dress. Montserrat, what color do you want?
Teal.
Teal. We're going to get some teal silk from Asia. So Montserrat's wonderful husband with a great job, he goes to Brandon. Brandon, I need your attention this way, please. He goes to Brandon and he says, hey, Brandon, my wife, my beautiful, beautiful wife, she needs some silk for a dress. Can you go to Asia and get it for me? And Brandon's like, sure, man, I can do that. I will pick up your silk, right, Brandon? You're like, I got you. So Montserrat's lovely husband says, okay, so Brandon, how much does the silk cost? And Brandon says, it costs 6 markers. Okay, I use markers as money. So Montserrat's husband goes, okay, cool. Brandon, here's the 6 markers. Everybody can see the money that I'm giving Brandon, okay? 6 markers. Here you go, Brandon. Here's your money. Brandon says, thanks, man. Now, what Brandon's going to do with these 6 markers is he's going to take it with him to Asia, and that's what he's going to use to buy the silk. How much does Montserrat's silk cost?
6 markers.
But is Brandon going to do this for free?
Absolutely not.
No, because he's not making any money, because he's just going to give this silk to the people in Asia. This isn't his money. This is the silk money. So Brandon says, okay, sir, that's going to cost you a total of 6 markers for me to go back and forth because I'm going to have to sail down and around past the pirates through the storms. So you got to pay me. So now Montserrat's wonderful husband is going to have to pay Brandon 3 markers when he leaves and 3 markers when he gets back. So Montserrat's wonderful husband, who loves her a lot and is willing to pay for all this, isn't just paying the 6 markers for the silk. He's paying 6 extra markers to Brandon. You see how this is expensive for Montserrat and her wonderful, wonderful husband. And her
So practically, it's like when you order something online and you pay for the product and you also have to pay for shipping.
just like that, except way harder because when you pay for shipping, you're just paying for an Amazon truck. Whereas Brandon is probably going to die this time he sails down past Africa. Right, Brandon? Yeah. So does that kind of make sense why it's expensive? Okay, Montserrat wants her silk. She's a fancy, fancy lady, and her husband is willing to pay for it, but he has to pay double what the silk actually costs because he's got to pay Brandon. Does that make sense? Wyatt, you're really distracting to me. Can you sit down, please? Thank you so much. All that makes sense. Yes? If I go back over to my notes and I look at the notes that I've got here, we talked a little bit about why they're dangerous. Okay, we're talking about pirates. We're talking about ships sinking. We're talking about crossing a desert. We're talking about thieves stealing my stuff. And we now know that they are
I have a question.
What's the question?
Do they have to cross the Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know where the Bermuda Triangle is.
Miss Tyner,
Yes, Maddie.
when the thieves got them, would they kill them or would they?
All the way by where Maine and Rhode Island is.
What's that,
All
Rex?
between there. You look at the map.
Rex, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about where the Bermuda Triangle is.
It's in the Caribbean, which is near Florida.
There's something else over there that's like that.
So that the Bermuda Triangle would be over here, and they're going this way. Okay.
Well, Miss Tyner,
Maddie,
do they have swords?
do they have swords? Yes, they had swords.
And I didn't hear you answer my question. I don't know if you answered it.
About swords?
No, will they kill them or just steal their stuff?
Probably kill them also. Why not? Right? And then it's like, yeah, hard world out there. All right, Amy.
Some pirate crews used to take prisoners as their crewmates.
Amy, what you want, honey?
What did they actually use money?
What do they actually use for money? Back
Gold.
maybe they wouldn't have used paper money. They would have used gold and silver, like actual coins made out of the metal. Be pretty cool. Valeria, you didn't finish writing it down. You said okay. There you go, Valeria. Oh, I'm not showing you. All right, you guys, we are going to write in our planners and call it a day for today. You did a great job. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna get out planners. Valeria, I will put that back up for you after we do planners, okay? If you still need it, and anybody else. All right, let's turn to today. We've got October 6th. It is a Monday. All right. We've got 4 things to turn in today. Most of them are pretty easy, plus a math test that's going to take our focus. So what are our 4 things that we're turning in today? What do you remember?
We have our math test, our journal, Harry Potter. Our math test, our journal, Harry Potter, and 1 flip grade comment.
First page of math test. What else did you say? Harry Potter chapter 6. And the last thing was Flipgrid comment. Rory's Christmas shopping in the Target catalog? Anybody?
My brother, we got an Amazon catalog, and my brother looks at it every single day, will come sit on one of our laps and say, I want this, this, this. And every single thing in the catalog is circled because he wants every single thing in there.
Yeah, Roy put her name on all of them. Glad we're not alone. Okay. What we did in class today in class, we talked about notes first. That's what we talked about first. The first thing we did really was math test discussion. Okay, math test discussion. The next thing we did after that was we worked on our COVID essay. Very impressed. Did a little circuit training.
We also got 17 people.
Oh yeah, we had 17 people. And we did some Columbus notes. Yes, better. I'm sure Elmo will be very mad at me for adjusting. Joke. All right, reminders for tomorrow. I'm going to remind you that you need to pick up your materials. Help if you could see. I'm gonna pick up our materials. Don't eat your surprise. What's up, Christian?
Are we able to pick them up today?
Yep. Yeah, you can pick them up today, tomorrow, Wednesday. If you don't get there today, tomorrow, Wednesday, you can still pick them up Thursday and Friday, but you're getting a little close. Okay? Don't eat your surprise. I taped it shut. All right, I know Valeria needed the social studies notes back to finish copying. For everybody else, if you would like help on your math test, come to office hours. If you want to do the math test and then have me look at it and then come fix it, you can do it that way, however it is going to work best for you, okay? If you're a person who usually comes to office hours, Amy and Polo and Natalie and all you guys, if you're a person who usually comes to office hours, please come today also. Don't be like, well, I think I'll just take that test now. Please still come to office hours, okay? All right, that's all I've got for you. You're out of here for today. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you in office hours.
Bye.
Bye.
There they are.
Miss Tyner,
What's up, Maddie?
I'm gonna leave you in my house. I'm gonna go get the cake that I made so